Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. Okay. This is the Is My Community a Good Community assignment. I will be covering Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I'm sorry, my name is Alexis Lett, and I will be covering Fayetteville, North Carolina. Here, I have grown up here, so I've been here mainly all of my life. I'm originally from Sacramento, California, but so this is a difference, but I really don't know much different than where I've been raised, and to me, I enjoy it. It's definitely not a big city, um, but to me, it's home. So I'll be telling you a little bit about where I guess I would say I'm from. This would be the city of Fayetteville, North Carolina, where the population is 204,759 people. The median age is 30.3. The male and female ratio is 1.0 to 1. Education, 91.2% is high school graduates or higher, and 25.1% have bachelor's degree or higher. So I will fall into that 25.1%. Because we have one of the largest military bases here, which is called Fort Bragg, we do have a lot of active military as well as veterans. So our veterans consist of 28,168 individuals. Our income, the median household income is 43,630, with 18.4% persons in poverty. The cost of living, the median gross rent is 880. Here is a picture of the downtown Fayetteville Freedom Memorial Park. They recently built this, I would say within the last 2 years, and it's paying respect to those fallen soldiers. They do have, they give opportunity to for the soldiers to come and to enjoy the new places that they built up. This is just one of many that they're putting in dedication to our soldiers and to those who have lost their lives. So they've been working on these projects for, I would say, the last 2 to 3 years in some other areas, and most of it is downtown. To move on and discuss race, race consists of 41.9% are black, 41.3% are white, 10.1% is Hispanic or Latino, 4.9% are two or more races, 2.6% are Asian, 1.1% are American Indian, and 0.4% are Native Hawaiian. Religion. This is a picture here of the annual As One prayer walk at Festival Park, which is a downtown area in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I chose this picture because it's one of the events that I really enjoyed, and I know, since, as it states, that it's an annual event, basically where all the churches come together and all those of faith come together, and we pray over all of the leaders. They walk throughout the downtown area where our city hall is, where the courthouse is, where the police department is. They pray with law enforcement if they're able to. They pray for teachers, students going back to school, and then they walk to Festival Park, which is that area that you see, and it's basically set up for outside venues when we have things and events. It was a very nice turnout for the past 2 years, so it really made you feel one, and there was unity. That some of our homeless individuals that are usually downtown were able to get food or whatever it is that they needed at that time. And it was very, very, very exciting, and to see all of the people, and that was just a small portion of those that were out there. So it was just one of the events that I wanted to highlight. 47.2% people in Fayetteville, North Carolina are religious. 2.99% are Catholic, 12.98% are Christian, 1.69% are LDS, 0% are Jewish, 0.12% have Eastern faith, and 0.13% have an affiliation with Islam. Crime. I wanted to put or to use an old table as well as a new graph just to kind of see a difference. In 2012, we can see for murder risk at the bottom where it's color coded, it'll show you Fayetteville is in blue, North Carolina is in pink, and the United States is in green. So for murder risk, Fayetteville was less than North Carolina but higher than the U.S. For rape risk, Fayetteville was less for both North Carolina and the U.S. Robbery, Fayetteville was higher than the U.S. and North Carolina. For assault risk, Fayetteville was lower than North Carolina and the U.S. Burglary, Fayetteville was less than North Carolina but more than the U.S. Larceny, Fayetteville was higher than both North Carolina and the U.S., as well as motor vehicle theft. So in a lot of these areas, Fayetteville had a higher rate in violence and property crimes. And so here's just the projected crime for 2017, and all the numbers are high for both property and violent acts and violent crimes, I would say. And here is just given a percentage at the bottom. Property is 71.3%, and violent crimes is 47.2%. And it says here on a scale from 1 to 100 compared to the U.S., Fayetteville is 71. So that's definitely high. And they, of course, as they said, projected is they're expecting for it to increase. And I left a little note here at the bottom where it says, one must wonder why. Is it the economy, the lack of resources within the community, or the stagnancy within generations? So those are a few things to consider, and I believe all of those are factors for these high crime rates. Important institutions. Here we have the Cumberland County Department of Social Service, which is where we issue out the SNAP benefits, adult Medicaid, family and children's Medicaid, do the Child Protective Service referrals, investigations, and case management. There's transportation resources there as well. And it's a pretty large building. It's about 300 to 500 employees, so it's a large place. Right across the street is the health department here. That's where you can get your immunizations or any type of shots if the individual doesn't have any type of coverage. They'll be able to see what they can be assisted with there. They also have WIC at this office. At the bottom is Cape Fear Valley Health, which is our hospital, one of the larger hospitals in Fayetteville, and there's one in the smaller counties that's near, but actually in Fayetteville, this is the main hospital. At the top is the Department of Veteran Affairs Medical Center, and all of these agencies, are pretty close to one another. I would say within 10 to 15 minutes. Which can be convenient for a individual. Here, these three are schools in the community: Fayetteville State University, Methodist University, Fayetteville Technical Community College. And here I included Simon Temple AME Zion Church. This is one of the prominent churches in our community, where they do a lot of outreach, mentoring, and things like that. So they have definitely tried to affect the community in a positive way. And I included this because this is a new venue that is coming, the minor league baseball stadium project, which they're working on. And I included a link here just to kind of show, I guess, the demo of how it should look. and I'm having some issues pulling it up. So if I can't do it, you all can do it at your leisure. It's just a 1 minute video showing how they're going to be building it and what it's supposed to look like once they get it completed. And this should be bringing in more money to the city, which could affect several of the statistics that were previously shown, such as income, poverty levels, and crime rates, possibly, if more employment opportunities are presented, as well as an increase in what individuals are currently making. So I'm hoping to see a positive effect on the community soon. So moving forward to the good community assessment, I did list to the left-hand side the non-components that were discussed in the article. And I would start with, I guess I should start with the positive. So I'll skip over this first comment and I'll get back to that. But I'll start here. This city is becoming more diverse due to the military base near. With this diversity and support of our soldiers, our community seems to be bound together, building long-term relationships. Many find it easy to build a life here, settling down and taking advantage of the opportunities that they have been presented and becoming familiar with the community. A lot of people come and they stay. They've been here all their life, like my mother. She was born here. I'm sorry, she wasn't born here, but she was raised here, and she was military, and she's been here her whole life. So she's been able to see the world, but she is familiar with this area. She loves it, and she really hasn't had any issues. She's been able to find the opportunities that she needed. So just an example of how some people will come and they'll stay. With crime rates being so high for our city, there is always improvement suggested. Since much of the crime is under the category of properties, I would associate the need for more opportunities with this rise in these rates. The more fair opportunities introduced, the less we will see in crime rates increasing. And I did speak about that earlier. This is a high level of commonality of values and goals here, as our community joins together for events and encourage and inspire one another through our faith and unity. And that was what I was speaking about when I discussed the As One prayer walk that we had. Just having that unity. I don't hear a lot of people even mentioning that they've had something like that in their community and how the experience was just to come together and really support one another. They also include business owners, different vendors, and so it gives you an opportunity to learn one another, to support one another, and also get those resources out there to the community while they're having a fun event. It can still be informative. Although I do believe there are major changes that can and need to be made, I would still consider Fayetteville, North Carolina, a good community that needs a few improvements. Some of these improvements consist of better safety, increasing goods and services, striving to become a highly developed society through resource knowledge and opportunity. I hope to see this change and to be a part of this change, and I hope you all enjoyed learning about my community. Have a great day.